everybody. Welcome to the podcast, episode 19. We in the building,
19.
and we got Ghost.
What it do? You already know what
Yes, sir.
is Gucci.
Yeah, man, another beautiful week in the South Texas, Rio Grande Valley
I hope
area.
we hope you enjoyed y'all's Memorial Day.
Another beautiful week.
Nice little 3-day weekend. So I'm sure some of y'all are still recovering like me.
Yeah, Ghost is all
This
recovering,
is,
bro.
Thursday, and I'm still, drinking a
I'm
bunch
trying
of water.
to
and
not
whatnot.
recover. I'm trying to get hammered, bro.
Yeah,
It's been one of those more. Nah, just kidding. It was a good week, man. A lot of cool stuff out there. The NBA playoffs was
Oh
happening.
yeah, man, it's popping, man.
A lot of people were going out
It
and
is
about,
popping.
dude. There was a lot of events. I had a chance to go to the eatery actually on Friday. There was an event going on. Awesome vibe, man.
How was it?
A
How
night
was it, bro?
market. It was cool, man. It was good to see that the fellas at Junk Group Music. Huge shout out to them. I know they're on Distortion as well, and they had their event, man. And it was cool to see a bunch of spotlight on the artists out there. So it was cool hearing some lo-fi music. There was some techno music. I try to stay as long as possible. But kind of getting old already, man. Getting old, man. Can't do it like I did.
Nah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's Thursday, and I'm still kind of like, yo, what the fuck?
Like you were
happened?
saying, dude, I was partying like it was spring break 2013. I was like, God, I remember that one, but I wish it was still yesterday. Like, fuck. I remember
Man.
it, but I kind of don't remember it.
Yeah.
He was the lucky unnumbered 13, man. But this episode, we have a good, opportunity. We're speaking about spring break, Padre Island. We had a chance to talk with the fellas at Pluton Brewing. We had a chance to talk to Daniel and Joey to see more or less about, their brew that they had a chance to collab with 5x5 with 5x5 out in Mission. And last week we were talking about loving these type of collabs. It's cool to see, this opportunity happen for them, and then some other stuff that happened for them. There was a lot of cool things that they have going on, and they're growing pretty quick. They got a grant recently from the city of Brownsville. We talk about that, and it's cool to see Brownsville showing some love, man, to the brewers, bro. Like Mission, Brownsville, they love their breweries.
Yeah, man, and they got a lot of badass shit going on over there that I don't think we kind of really hear too much of over here to the west of you guys. But now I've been there a few times. It's been a minute, but every time I went, man, I've had a great time.
So Ghost, it's your chance. I tried it during it with Daniel and Joey. It was a pretty tasty beverage. The key point that you want to keep in mind is the coconut. There's a lot of coconut flavor going on. There's some malts.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely it's
some
pretty malty
they
in
say
a
some
good way.
smokiness as well in it.
Yeah. There's some coconut flavor. I would say that's probably kind of at the beginning ish, a little bit mid area, and then it kind of fades and then gets a little malty towards the end. At least that's the way I'm kind of picking it up. Let me take another little
So
sip.
they say porters are. It's just really a preference, or it's really subjective. Like it just really depends on the brewer on how they're made, and what they're labeled. But essentially,
What they mentioned on this one? Yeah, sorry.
no. Essentially, it's just kind of the same process, but it kind of just depends on I guess the thickness and how it is, because usually like with other stouts, there's other type of beers are pretty dark, but this one, since it's like a little crisper, that's what they were saying, is it goes down a lot easier.
Yeah, I think so too. Because usually with stouts, I think they just taste heavy from the outset. This one definitely has that lightness to it, kind of.
Like the heavies after.
Yeah, the heavy's kind of after, but even then, it's not even very
Yeah.
overpowering. Like when some of the stouts were like you get it the whole way through. I guess in a way,
Like the coconut kind of overwhelms it, and that's one of the things that I like getting to talk to them. I realize that's kind of their specialty. Like it's that fruit. They were
it's
talking about
badass.
doing some strawberries, some melon. I kind of, it was really cool to see those type of flavors out there, especially like living in South Texas, man. It's gonna get hot. The weather's been really crazy lately. But we're probably gonna see a lot of more of those type of scenarios where where it's hot, and then a couple days later it rains. We even got hurricane season on the rise. So.
Yeah. If anything, probably June, July. I think the rains will kind of dissipate and then pick up again in August. But shit, man. I mean, earlier this week we got hit with 2 days of rain, pretty it's good that we're getting rain and stuff like that, especially so the plants could survive this this hot summer.
How was your Memorial Day, man? What did you do? I know you were talking about Dallas, right? You ended up going to Dallas.
Yeah, man. It had been a while. I hadn't left the valley.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
ghosts can travel, people. You can
yeah,
travel.
yeah. I traveled through the air. I jump on a cloud and then just
Interdimensional forces.
yeah, yeah. Then I just appear there and then do my thing and then just jump on that interdimensional cloud and then just reappear here in the valley. So that's basically what I did. Have some friends over there in Dallas. Shout out to JJ.
Shout out,
Shout out
bro.
to
Shout
JJ.
out. Number 20.
20 Mr. 1532. But
32. Everybody's got 32 now.
I know,
dude,
right?
After him, I was like, shit.
No, man, but I hadn't really gone out in Dallas, really ever, and I had a great time, man. Friday, don't really remember what the bar was, but I think it was somewhere in Victory Park area. That place is pretty cool. That area is pretty cool. And then on Saturday, we went to a place called It'll Do. It's like an underground house place. It's pretty badass, man. Definitely, it looked pretty clubby in a way, but not too clubby, not over the top. If anything, it was a little grungy too, though. So that's what was kind of cool about that.
Is it like literally underground or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's actually above ground. Actually,
I
no.
like
It's like a one story, man.
I always trip out with those type of bar. I know there's one in San Antonio that I went to, and it was like when you walk downstairs, it's fucking bar. Like it's not a bar, it's like a nightclub. Like
Yeah.
and I forgot what it was, but it was one of those pub runs like you're talking about. I don't remember where it was at, but it was there,
Yeah.
dude. I didn't even know that it existed until because it's like in one of those little like alleys, like you're walking and it doesn't look like a bar
Doesn't
place
look like
anymore.
anything,
Like
and
it
then
cuts off, and then when you hear the music, you're like, oh, and people, the bouncer out there, you walk down, it's like, oh shit, there's a fucking bunch of stuff.
dude, I remember this one. I don't know. It was like this. I don't know where it was, what city, but it was like, okay, so it's like you have an underground bar, right? Okay, cool, badass, and like you're saying, dude, there's an secret underground like tunnel, straight up like rave going on down there. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Is
It's kind of like
this?
those like there's like a cantina like in Progreso, like you walk upstairs, like in the bottom floor, it's like fucking it's one of those like mercados, like piñatas, all that shit. But when you walk upstairs, and they don't tell you, there's not a sign that says like, hey, upstairs is the bar. It's just like you walk upstairs and you go into this room, and it ends up being like a nightclub. Like I remember going midday one time, and there was a bunch of fucking. It was like a fucking
Wait,
quinceañera.
this is Progreso?
Yeah, it's like quinceañera. I heard they
Dude,
shut it
I
down,
haven't
but
been, bro.
you never
I've never
been.
been Progreso, dude. I've been wanting
It's
to
one of
go.
those that kind of like I was like, oh, so that's what you do in college, like, cause I didn't get to experience the college life down here, but like I'm pretty sure Progreso's kind of safe, man. It's a safe spot, like
Because it's just right across the border,
it's
right?
kind
Like
of like
literally, like
they know about the business, like they know about what their market is. It's like the winter Texans and people that are underage, like they know their market. That's what they're good at. It's not really bad. Like it's that's just what it is. It's kind of Progreso is like the in and out of Mexico. Like you go in, you party, you get what you need to get, come back out, like you're good. You're not. It's not like Reynosa where you go to Reynosa and you're kind of like you got to keep your fucking head on a swivel, like and a lot of
yeah,
people tell me Reynosa's not that bad, but I've had some people that actually like have told me that yeah, you do have to keep your fucking head on the fucking swivel. Like
yeah,
it's not like it's not like I mean, it's kind of like some people like to compare to Chicago. Like there's only the bad places, but they say like you still gotta keep your back. Like you never know.
I
Because
mean, kind of like anywhere. I think anywhere, especially if you go like internationally. But even like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I like to say, ever since playing defense back in the day, you gotta keep your head on a swivel. Just generally, man. You just
yeah, you just
on
never
a
know,
general
especially
level,
like in kind of environment. But Progresos, that's like a good vibe environment. You just go, people even like that. Like I think everybody's just trying to, everybody knows what the deal is. It's just one of those like little,
Yeah.
like I said, in and out. It's type of one of those things. Like it's still kind of Americanized, but it's not too completely. But yeah, man, it's a cool spot, and I feel yeah, man. There's a lot of cool stuff out here. Cool shit, man.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the things that we've been doing these past weeks, and last week we covered it was the RGB Strong
The
People's
people's
Champ.
champ. We have the people's champ here.
So this week we broke it down. It was fucking epic, bro. Epic.
Oh, bro.
A lot of
Like I remember
comebacks.
I was like super excited for a few of these matchups. So let's go, man. Let's get into it.
So we'll get into these matchups real quick. Um, a few of the stuff that we saw happen that I was pretty surprised about was Lone Star was right there with Delias, bro.
And then Delias took it at the end.
Dude, you're not gonna you dude, it was so fucking close. It was so close, man. Very close. Um Final results ended up being 4.9% to 50.1%. So the
Oh,
50.1% ended up going to Delia's. Dude, it was epic. 447 votes. 223 votes for Lodestar Barbecue. 224 votes
no, bro. By one?
for Delia's
By
Tamales
one, bro.
by one fucking point, bro.
Holy
That made
damn,
the
bro.
difference, man. Wow, bro. Shock.
Dude,
And
that's
oh,
crazy,
bro.
bro.
So that one ended up going very close. One vote away, man. I can't believe that. Lone Star, I kind of I'll see what's up. Lone Star, you all put some badass effort in it. Whatever you all need from us, I'll see if we can collab on something. But that's awesome, man. I kind of feel bad about that, especially because it's one vote. But hey, man, that's what happens. All
Yeah,
right,
bro.
so
Sometimes you lose by a point. Sometimes.
we'll pick a winner here first. Let's see who we got. Tell me when to stop,
Stop.
Ghost.
Stop.
All right, shout out to Randy and Rudian. All right, so you all won. Randy.
You will be getting a gift card to your favorite location.
Well, it's gonna be Delia's.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Delia's. All right. So the next one, dude, a comeback. Costa Mesa was leading all weekend long, like crazy how far that lead was. I believe on Sunday night before I ended up, closing up the app and all that, they were down by 150.
Wait, who?
Don Pepes was
Oh
down by
shit.
like
Okay, okay.
150 around there. So Monday morning I wake up 251, 173. I'm like, oh
The
man,
comeback of the year or
they
what?
came back harder than ever, bro. They got 150 votes and then they added on top. So Don Pepes, man, they have a
Don
crowd.
Pepitos,
Don
I am with
Pepitos.
you.
Costa Mesa, you're down, you're done, you're gone. But
But you're
you're
not
still good.
forgotten.
But
You're
you're
not.
still good.
Yeah, you're still
Yeah,
good, and you're not forgotten. Like if anything, I'm down to go right now.
yeah,
Like
bro. I'm down to get some botanas, down
I
to
was
do
about to say,
some,
let's go
bro.
get
The
some
botanas.
botanas, a little Corona, a little
Don
Pacifico.
Pepes.
Shout out to Corona's Pacifico. If you're down to collab, we down.
But we not be down. All right, ready? Tell me when to stop, Ghost.
Stop. Oh my God, Ghost has won the gift
Oh my God,
card.
Omar Novato. Shout out to Omar. You're a winner. You're a winner. Winner, winner. Don Pepe's dinner.
That's a good
So
one, bro.
one, that's gonna be a $20 gift card to you. All right, game three. Game three was Big Daddies versus El Gallito. Ghost, who do you got?
I have a feeling Big Daddy.
Unfortunately, another comeback happened.
Gallitos.
El Gallitos
Where's El Gallitos located?
freaking came back,
Is that in
bro.
Edinburgh?
In San Benito, bro. We need to go
Oh
check it out.
shit.
That's gonna be my new breakfast spot, bro. I'll drive all the way down to San Benito just to get some huevos rancheros. What do
Dude,
y'all got
fuck
there?
yeah,
What do
bro. That's
y'all
the
got
shit.
there, man? Y'all got something different in the coffee? I'm down. So they ended up beating Big Daddy's Burgers 134 277. That one was pretty tough. Big Daddy's, shout out to y'all. You all even shared cool stuff out there, that y'all participated. Y'all are awesome sports. But El Gallito ends up taking it 67%, 33%. All right, man. So, dude, that was an epic ass showdown because I saw El Gallito down and then Big Daddy just fucking rallied, bro. Rallied. All right, tell me when to stop.
Alto.
Natalie Moreno. Natalie Moreno, congratulations to you. Natalie is a nice name. It's one of my favorite names. Shout out to Natalie.
Shout out, shout out.
All right.
Thank you for participating. And you're a winner. And so is El Gallito.
All right. So we got game four. Game four was pretty epic too. Well, I mean, epic in a sense where like you see the dominance of Los Compadres, man. The dominance. They ended up beating Chin Chin, and I want to see more Chin Chin.
I was gonna say I want to try them out
I mean
too.
Chin Chin. If you're listening, give us a call. We'll get you out there. I mean, I don't see any presence online.
Yo, and yeah,
That's what we're here
I'd
for.
even be down to maybe show up and do a podcast there, bro. Show what the
Yeah.
vibe Chin Chins be giving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you all made it this far. You all got a good accomplishment. 80%, 20%. Let's see what we got here. All right, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Natalie Alvaros, another Natalie.
Damn. So that's it, right? We got 4 winners, and then now what? The final? Wait, is this the semis?
This is
This is semis.
this is gonna be the semis. So yeah, after this
Damn.
one, it will be deciding who is going to go and be the people's champ.
So who's playing against who then?
So we'll be looking at the matchups. Yeah, that's a good one. I got a little distracted. Got to focus, man. Focus.
Are you thinking about that day with Natalie?
I was thinking about it this Christmas.
Hey, you gotta focus.
I know I gotta focus, man. I gotta focus. I don't know, but you're on my mind, girl.
Got you on my mind. On my mind.
Let's see.
So we got 4 winners. We got Delias, Don Pepitos, we got El Gallito, and then we got Los Compadres, right? Those are the final 4, basically, the final 4.
Right. So it's gonna be Don Pepe's versus Delias. That's gonna be a showdown. I want to see Don Pepe show up. Don Pepe's, you better show up Saturday at noon because that's
You
when
gotta
we
play.
will start.
You gotta play.
El Gallito, Los Compadres. So
Damn, bro. It seems like these seem like pretty epic matchups, man. I'm actually a
El
little.
Gallito
I'm
is
pretty
the
anxious right
only.
now. Who's gonna win?
El Gallito is the only Cameron County restaurant in right now.
Representing?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Delias, they represent. I honestly, I hate to say it, but I wanted to see Delias fall to Lone Star. Didn't happen, unfortunately. Because I like to see the underdog. I'm an underdog guy. Like shit, dude. I
Shit,
love
bro.
underdogs.
I know what you mean, bro. I know what
The
you mean.
underdog, man. Especially a one that's been hungry and been wanting it. They always get it. So that's it. This episode 19. We have the fellas at Pluton joining us. You got Daniel and Joey. Really appreciate them. Awesome stuff that they have going on, and I'm really looking forward to the future that they have in the next few weeks, man. I mean, next few months, man. There's a lot of stuff that they have planned out. There's an event, a Boca Chica to Mars. It is
Yeah.
event. It is like ticket based, so you can get your tickets ahead of time. There's another event that they have that's going to be free of charge. So that's going to be there. And then one of the things that I do want to mention, I want to give a huge shout out to Distortion Radio, a huge shout out to Hollow and everybody out there working hard. I know there's a lot of people doing their podcasting. So, congratulations. And let's keep on growing, man. Let's keep on growing together. See what we can do out there. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube and Spotify. That way you can keep up to date with what we have. And then other people that we've interviewed a few brewers already. We've interviewed people from events. If you want to keep up to date with the UFO, we're kind of doing like a UFO series here, man.
It's a UFO summer, bro.
It's a UFO summer.
Is
We're
it
gonna be looking at the details,
the
bro.
hot alien summer,
There were
bro.
some details that popped off.
The hot alien summer,
that
bro.
we need
That's
to
what
check
it is,
out,
bro.
The UAB summer. What is it?
This ain't no hot boy summer. This is hot alien summer,
This is
bro.
a hot alien summer, bro. This is a Gamora summer, bro. This is a Gamora summer.
This is
bro.
a Goku summer, bro.
This is a Goku. This is a Saiyan summer, bro. But yeah, appreciate y'all joining in. Thank y'all so much for the love. If you're a winner, please message the RGB Strong page, and stay RGB Strong too. That's one of the things, man.
And really, you're all winners out there. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner, man. And you could be, just keep it up, bro. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much, and appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all subscribing. And appreciate everybody joining in on the podcast. Beer, Space Runner Porter, Make sure you try that out. Don't miss out on it.
Probably
Awesome stuff.
the smoothest probably porter you'll ever have, man. I'm telling
Definitely,
you,
I give it a
man.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10. I agree, bro. Hell yeah.
Cheers! Shout out Daniel
Cheers.
and Joey. Up next. Matt, thanks for joining in. It's about time. I know we've been trying to get some stuff going on, but like in the past couple of weeks, a lot has happened for y'all. And I want to say like congratulations on winning that opportunity. I know there was a pitch contest you all were a part of, right?
Yeah, that was
Startup Texas.
Startup Texas 2021. It was actually our second attempt trying to win this money, and last year, unfortunately, we didn't get it. We didn't really have our ducks in a row, but this year we gave it a shot again. We were more prepared, and we were actually able to win the grant money from the city. And it's a really good opportunity for us to really be able to get this project off and running officially now more than anything.
Dude, so how does that work? How did you all like get a hold of this and start? You said you started last year? You attempted to do it, but what's the whole process like?
We were introduced to it by a friend of ours, and it was just any business can participate. You just got to fill in the application and whatnot. But we went ahead and tried it out, and unfortunately, like I said, last year we didn't make it. But we actually got sixth place. It was crazy. But yeah, this year,
is it kind of like a Shark Tank type of thing? Like you sit down with like those four people, or they try to make it like
there's
that?
different businesses that all present, their plan and their presentation, and they pretty much they have a rubric, as to how they judge. A lot of it has to do with how it's going to help the economy, how much influence it has regarding the culture here in Brownsville.
And I think that's what's cool about it, is that it was a local Shark Tank.
Yeah,
it was like something by Brownsville for Brownsville, So
yeah, it was all Brownsville business. The majority of them were Brownsville businesses, and it was pretty interesting to see that. And a lot of our favorite places that we actually buy different products from participated and actually won as well.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be part of this wave that's ongoing and moving forward with the growth of Brownsville.
Dude, no, that's awesome to see. Like especially Brownsville, a lot of coming up, and especially like even the last few weeks too. You see a lot of that out of SpaceX happening. So that's cool to see that you make, like you said, making those waves happen, man. Because that's really what it is. Like how long have you all tell us more about Pluton and when you all started? Like
that's my
tell us about
part.
that.
So I actually met Joey at a party that I went to. I was looking for a specific beer at Philman's, St. Bernardus at 12. I'll never forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy told me he didn't have any bottles there was a guy that went and got the last bottle, and I was like, man, that sucks. So I went to his party. I showed up with a 12-pack of I don't know, Sam Adams, right? Yeah, it was Sam Adams, the winter pack. And I see this guy there. We had a mutual friend, and he had the bottle of the St. Bernardus at 12, and I was like, no way. So I ended up meeting Joey through that beer connection.
Oh wow, there we go, beer, man.
Yeah, out of all,
bringing people together.
Yeah, definitely. And so we, long story short, we became best friends. We always had this passion for craft beer. And this opportunity came about where my parents actually had like a little shed in the back of their house that they were wanting to rent out. And so myself, Joey, and another partner of ours named Danny Bashir, we came together with the idea of, hey, you know what? Like we drink all these beers from all these like cities and whatnot, and all these places and all these different types of beers, and like Brownsville doesn't have this, so maybe we should work on making it happen. And that's what we did. We rented that little shed from my dad. 500 square foot little shed. We started doing basic beer recipes, like those kits that you can buy for like $30-$40 online, and different styles and whatnot. And little by little, we were building traction. We built our team, which consists of a lot of our best friends from our neighborhood.
Dang, there you go.
Yeah,
I think that's how you got to do it, man. I think you got to do it like that, right?
That we started in. Like there was two specific friends that I had, Diego and Rolly, who are also part of our team right now. Diego's my engineer and Rolly's my head brewer. And I hit them up like, hey guys, Joey and I and Danny are starting this project. Like, you guys want to come and hang
You
out?
gotta want to. It was a hangout.
Yeah.
Let's come hang out. Let's brew some
Yeah,
beer.
let's make
They,
some beer,
they
bro.
both live less than a block away, so they would literally come and hang out and help us out.
Or they were like, dude, why you texting me? I'm right here, bro.
Yeah.
like what the hell, man?
So that's how I formed my team, and we've been doing at it. We threw a couple parties there at the Pluton House. That's what we call it, the house on Pluton Street. And we built traction, and sooner or later we started getting more involved. We started building bigger batches. We started upgrading our equipment. We started getting full stainless steel tanks and bigger kettles and pumps and whatnot, and just refining the process of us being home brewers, I guess. But the act of making beer more than anything, just getting better and better at it. Eventually, we got a good following going on, and we got connected with doing some things with the city, and the ball just kept rolling, and it's a snowball that has just continued. The snowball started in September 2nd, 2015.
Yeah, no, dude, like I've been eyeing this, and especially I've been trying to get a hold of this, but let me open it real quick and we can talk more. I don't want it to get warm, man. But yeah, tell us about this. I mean, like this is a Space Gunner porter, but I know like what does it consist of and things like that.
So this beer stemmed from a project we had done just to try and at the beginning of our brewing process, we always wanted to see what we could brew and then what we could add to it to make the beer just that much different and make it that much ours, kind of from the beginning.
Right.
So this beer in particular was a coconut recipe. I think it was an Irish coconut recipe.
A dry Irish
Yeah,
stout.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
So that's what that smell is. It smells like
Right.
I smell the coconut.
So we had the idea from that, and we said, well, let's just add coconut, man. Let's cook some coconut. Let's get it nice and toasty. Let's get it smelling good and tasting good, and then let's just add a bunch of it. I mean, if I have a picture of it, I still have it's like 2016. It's a 5-gallon fermenter, and half of it is filled with
literally
coconut.
It's just all coconut, and then the beer in the bottom, and then you see all the beer like going into the coconut. It was ridiculous.
So from that, we kind of that was one of the first ones that we shared with our friends, and once we got a bigger system, we started brewing it. We really refined the process, and the story behind the beer is kind of snowballed as well into its own thing because of one of our brewers that is writing a comic book, and we decided to base like our Starman
our
logo.
astronaut.
Yeah,
our astronaut has a whole backstory with his our friend's comic
Yeah,
book.
Matt, tell us about that. Yeah, I mean that's interesting. I love like this unique like space stuff, especially like you all being part of like pretty much that whole area. That's what it's going to be pretty soon. Just people seeing ships fly to Mars.
What happened was that when we started at my dad's house, it was on Calle Pluton. The neighborhood that I live in was based off of it was like the solar system.
Really?
Yeah, all those street names were named in Spanish, but planets. So my street was Calle Pluton, which is Pluto, the planet Pluto in English. And we thought this was before SpaceX or any of that was an idea here in Boca Chica. This was in 2015. And I told Joy, like, well, it's Calle Pluton, planet Pluto, that planet being the last planet in the solar system, the one that kind of like no one really cares about, if it's even a planet or not.
Is it a planet? People are still questioning.
Exactly. So we kind of correlated that with like the city of Brownsville. Like, it's kind of like the southernmost city. Like, no one really cares about it.
Most people think of South Texas as like Corpus.
Yeah, exactly. And so we wanted to correlate the name with that. We thought it was perfect. Let's do Pluton Brewing Company. And then 2 years later, it's like SpaceX, Brownsville, and it's like, whoa, like it's weird.
You're on the wavelength, yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you're like something's about to happen, and boom.
Yeah, we felt it, man. We felt it.
Yeah, and then that's what we wanted to do the astronaut as our mascot. Like that's our representation. Like Pluton is our astronaut, and we have like a whole backstory. Where we kind of fabricated it from our friend's comic book called Dino de los Muertos.
So what is that? What is like? How is that comic book or what? How did it? Is it out about? Can we pick it up or something or what?
It's called Dino de los Muertos. I think he's still in the process of writing it. His name is Rick Presas, and
he's also one of our
the artist name. The artist name is
It's Evan.
Evan.
I forgot his last name, but he's a very awesome, very talented gentleman, a very cool guy as well. I'm actually he has a Patreon where he does amazing prints of just awesome stuff.
But the comic book is all about this guy who goes to this planet and it's full of like holographic.
No. He has it wrong. It's about this guy who's on Earth and dinosaurs pretty much come back to life.
Oh yeah, they're dead dinosaurs.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
it's ghost dinosaurs.
It's not zombie no. It's a whole different thing.
It's kind of like Jurassic Park, but like natural.
Yeah, like real time.
Casper Jurassic Park.
It's a really interesting story, but long story short,
it's Back to the Future meets Jurassic Park meets
everything, man. It could be anything.
all Steven Spielberg stuff, like everything.
One of the coconut beer that Space Gunner Porter is based off of is our recipe called Un Poco Coco, and Ricky and Evan were illustrating a lot of their images for their comic book, and so we had this idea, like, dude, wouldn't it be freaking awesome to have a
crossover? A
crossover where we have like an astronaut
on their planet.
And you're like doing something badass. And like these guys came up with this idea where you have the label itself, oh man, it's in the brewery.
Yep.
Oh, I have it right here, this one, right?
Is that the Space Gunner Porter or the Un Poco Coco?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it is the Space
Gunner. I'm talking about the beer that this is based off of.
Okay.
So an astronaut riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex holding two beers in his hands, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is breaking through these palm trees full of coconuts.
That sounds badass though. Like, yeah, no, you're right. It's like yeah, man, it's kind of like one of those sci-fi things. You're never gonna. The only way you're gonna see that is his drawing. Like,
yeah, and then to extend the lore, and now Space Gunner Porter. Our collab with 5x5 Brewing, and they're real badass guys. They're veteran. Most of them are veterans. It's veterans based.
They're awesome guys.
And so there's a flag in the brewery that has Space Force on it. They have a government.
They have a Space Force flag, man. Those guys.
The whole backstory is that like our spaceman joined Space Force for a while and embarked with other spacemen to this coconut planet. Let's actually the planet there in that picture is coconut.
It's a coconut planet, and that's where you see all the guys like.
I see.
The astronauts have the Pluton symbol on their shoulder, and then the American flag. And it was just this whole idea that we just came up with a word like, holy shit, like let's do it. Yeah. And we went with it. They actually. The reason why they were open to it as well is because they didn't have a porter on their line. They have all these different beers. They have their 40mm style, which is one of my favorite beers of all time, to be honest with you. They have their
Fubar, their
Hefeweizen, the brown mash, all of these beers that they have, but they didn't have a porter. So George Rice, who was one of the owners of the company, he said, you know what, let's do your porter recipe, and it was a good opportunity for us to collaborate. And so we went with it, and it was the one that you're drinking right now is actually the second batch. This is the second time we make it with them.
Yeah, because the first one I kind of missed out on that one, man. I remember I think it was like at 11 or something, but I didn't really think it was gonna be at 11. So I kind of was like, all right, I'll go get it the next day. It was gone. I was like, I remember messaging you. I was like, yo, man, so we're gonna still meet up. I'm gonna go pick it up, and you're like, oh, there's no more. I was like, oh, what? So this time, like, I went like around like 3:30 over there, and I was there too early now. Like, y'all were giving out caps and stuff. I was like, that was my fault. I was like, oh man, dude. But it's all right. It was all good. I had some stuff to do, but it was really funny just to see that. I was like, all right, I got there. But it's the experience, man. Like, I was just going there to see, just to go check out the beer before it sold out. I was really looking forward to see more people, but hey, now it happens, man. Like, because especially it being kind of like it was pretty early and it was raining that day.
Yeah,
so it was a weird day. It's been weird these past couple of days.
I think it was the rain was off-putting, but after maybe like 4:30 or so, that's when a lot of people started showing up, and we posted up our tent and started selling merchandise. And to be honest with you, not a lot of us got some cans because it sold out before we were able to actually get any. but which is a good thing, you know.
No, that's good. No, but the
Yeah.
packaging is awesome too, man. So tell us about like the label and all that. How did it come about? It looks pretty neat. I like that whole, kind of reminds me of what was it, Daft Punk? Like, you know, remember they had those little music videos, like the cartoon?
Yeah. That, well, like I said, we George wanted to have a label where it was like a bunch of, you know, people like in a helicopter, but we kind of went with the idea like, well, what if it was a spaceship, and instead of like soldiers, it was astronauts.
They
Like,
really sold us that idea. That
yeah,
was
and we kind of just like played along with it. We were like, oh my god, it sounds so cool. Like, let's do it. And we had our artist, one of our artists, her name's Tommy Ayala. She's also a social media coordinator for Pluton. She's one of our team members.
Nice.
And we just gave her this idea, and she was able to bring it to life. And she's the one that illustrated the label that you're looking at right now on the can.
Dude, she did an amazing job.
She
Like, I
did
just
an
kind of
amazing job. Yeah,
I like the way that it just stands out, and especially the font. Yeah, the font
colors
too.
They just pop. Yeah, it's just really nice too. And the Space Gunner Porter is real like cyberpunk kind of style. Like, it looks really cool.
So I guess like, cause like one of the things about this podcast, man, I'm like barely trying to get into like the whole beer thing. So porter, tell us more about porters and what like they consist of. Like, cause yeah, like I've tried the stouts. You know that, you know, IPAs are kind of like the same, right? The same thing. But what is more like a porter, and what is it? What is like the process for that?
So that's like a big question in between like brewers. It's kind of subjective. But I think the easiest way to describe the difference between them is a stout would be a little bit thicker and a little bit toastier, whereas a porter will sometimes be a little bit thinner on the lower ABV side, or just a little bit lighter in a sense. So it's kind of the difference between like dark brown and light black. You know, they're pretty much the same.
No, I understand that, because like with dealing with colors, it's kind of like, yeah, man. I guess you could.
Awesome. You know, it's really subjective, man, because you can have stouts that are like 12, 13, 20%, and you can have porters that are kind of in the 4 to 6 to 7 range. But then you can also have stouts that are in the lower range, like session stout, like Guinness. Guinness is a session
Imperial
stout.
Porter.
You can have Imperial Porters. I mean, it's really subjective to what you want to call it. And we decided to call this one a porter because we do use some roasted malts in it. But we have our stout already, and our stout is a big boy. It's about 10, 11% sometimes. It's real thick. It's, you know, you can't really, it's like Midnight Black, man. It's super dark. So that's kind of why we decided to call this one a porter, because it's based off of our old porter recipe, and it's also a little bit lighter than our stout recipe.
Yeah, man, I'm really digging it. The coconut is really what kind of like, you know, really gets me like, oh damn, this is something different. Because usually like I've tasted like the coffees and the chocolates type of things, but this is like the coconut is kind of like, all right, it's different. It's no different when it comes to the dark beer, man. And it's also refreshing too. Like, you know, I kind of, you know, just was down in it pretty easy.
Yeah, it's real smooth. That's what we liked about it a lot. I think George used some different specialty malts that brought a lot more of like a kind of like smokiness like flavor to it.
Yeah,
and that was pretty good. Like, I personally liked it a lot. Different change from what we are usually used to brewing.
So tell us about like your first like experience. I know you had to get all the buddies together, but what was like the first thing you wanted to like, you know, try? I know we've had some people on that, you know, they've done some like Snickers beers. I know we had some people that they did. I know Jason was doing like what is it, like a fortune cookie ale?
Oh yeah, I
That's
really
really
get
cool.
to try that one, but it was really delicious.
So like, what was the craziest thing you all ever tried to like accomplish? That we even with like Convergent Craft, they had a blueberry wheat that they just put together, and it was pretty cool.
I say one and you say one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
yeah, go ahead, both yeah.
Yeah, I want you say one. Okay, so mine was when we were at the Pluton house. I wanted to make a beer inspired by alfalfa juice.
Oh, yeah.
Alfalfa juice.
Yeah, like I have memories of going to Matamoros as a kid, to the Mercadito, and going to La Michoacana and getting alfalfa licuado. And it was consisted of alfalfa, guayaba, lime, pineapple, and honey. And I think they would add like oats and some other stuff to make it like a milkshake style. But it was those ingredients, and I always thought like, dude, like we need to make a freaking beer like out of this, like for sure. And so we did a base. What was the base,
It
dude?
was just the green ale. I just made a green ale.
No, but it was like an ale,
Just an
like
ale,
a
yeah.
light ale base that we made. And the thing is that I found out the hard way that we couldn't cross alfalfa into the United States. So we were like, shit, what do we do?
Wait, why can't you? What is it?
It just, I don't
It's
know,
one of those
man.
things,
It's one of
man.
those things, dude, that you just can't cross into the U.S. Unfortunately, it's like everywhere over there. You can find it at any grocery store. Anyway,
What the
so
hell?
we ended up.
I didn't know that was possible. So that people
Yeah.
can do that. Damn.
Yeah, so
Neither did we.
neither did we.
Like, what the heck?
We needed it, you know.
So we thought, like, what's a good alternative? And we had gone to our local store here in Olmito called Valley Fruits and Stairs, where we actually get a lot of our where we actually get a lot of our fruits and ingredients and stuff.
Mhm.
They had lemongrass, and we're like, well, we can replace the lemongrass alfalfa with lemongrass. We'll do lemongrass, pineapple, guayaba, lime, and honey. And that's exactly what we did. And it was one of the most amazing beers that we've ever
I
made.
know, yeah.
That still to this day we haven't done again. Like we
Oh man, like you can't get the taste again or what?
No, we can if we wanted to. We
it's-
just haven't in our time of. We have certain times that we have to brew beer.
we
can only
brew-
fit so many.
yeah, like we have like a very busy itinerary, especially now that we've been getting more traction with like our name and whatnot. We have a couple events that are coming.
There's less
up.
time for fun and
Yeah,
more like the
it's
business.
more business now than like trying. Shit
So like you have like I know somebody showed me one of their Bibles before. You have one of those or what?
like a lot of recipes.
Yeah, but like a
Yeah.
Bible of recipes.
Joey
Oh,
actually
yeah.
does a really good job at keeping track of every single beer that we've made. There's a book that we have with all of our recipes that we do and whatnot.
Do you
So
compete?
everything's been cataloged.
Do you compete as well? Like I know I've had a few people on that are competing, and we have some people that we're gonna have on too that do. So no, oh man,
No,
we kind of wanted to also, but
it's
yeah,
just we've been invited like by a couple of friends. Like I know Rudy Mayer before he closed from at the RGB Homebrew Supply in McAllen.
Mhm.
He would have competitions, and he's also invited us to several different ones that are like more like local. I know also just the fact that I don't know why we just haven't done it. Like
I think we're very self conscious about it.
yeah, like we're really self conscious about the beer that we make. Like even though we have a lot of following and a lot of like positive feedback and stuff, it's
we're very hard people to please with our own stuff.
because even at that, even if it's like
constantly.
one little thing, like it's gonna affect
Like,
you, right? You're gonna be
To
like,
be honest
oh
with you,
man.
I can't tell you how much beer.
I don't take rejection well, man.
No,
Like,
I can't tell you how much.
I'm really
beer-
competitive.
I'm really competitive. I want to lose.
We've dumped a lot of beer, to be honest with you, because
Oh man, yeah.
sometimes we just don't.
Sometimes things happen, man. There's a lot of stuff that we can't control sometimes.
and-
I've heard about stuff like that. Like somebody was telling me one time that a bunch of flies, like the fly season, like especially now, like there's a bunch of
fruit
flies.
A lot of flies that like they get attracted by. So what will happen is that the part of whatever tank you're using to ferment will give off. There's a lot of activity and there's some sugars that get released around the cap, or that attracts fruit flies, and you'll get a bunch of fruit flies in your beer. It's just one of the many different things that could happen when
There's a lot of stuff with temperature control.
just so many different things.
Sometimes we get lazy. When we do brew beer, we tend to drink a little bit.
So Joey, tell us about your favorite concoction. I know we talked about yours, Daniel. So like
the alfalfa recipe. Yeah, what's yours?
So I have a few. I mean, every time we would use fruits. So so
give me one. Dude.
So there's a bad experience and a good experience with fruits that we've done.
Okay.
The good experience that we had was when we had our Melon Fest. It was one of our
God, dude, that was so bad.
one of our last festivals.
We made a shitload of beers based off of melons, like fucking cantaloupe, watermelon, dude.
But the thing is, we used it in variants. So we would use whole melons, we would use melon juice, and then we used whole watermelon and watermelon juice. And we kind of just had this mix of these different melon beers that we had in Cullen Melon Fest. I think it was like the second to last event we had.
It was one of the last events that we had. It was awesome, dude, because all those beers came out.
There's terrible things with fruits too, man. I mean, I don't think this was directly because of the fruits, but I remember one time we were doing a prickly pear cream ale, and we worked our asses off for like 4 hours, cutting up all these prickly pears, fucking sanitizing everything, getting everything clean, transferring everything into the car. This was just the glass carboys. Transferring into the carboys, and then transferring the beer into the. I mean, we were there for about 6, 7, 8 hours, dude. I don't know. We were there all day. We were there for a long time.
It was close to midnight, and we were already gonna finish.
We put all of our glass tubes on the shelf, and we're all admiring it. And then all we hear is.
So picture like 4 guys like standing in a line looking at the wall, and there's literally a shelf that's holding 4 glass carboys, and we had just put them down, and we were all there. We're like, man, that looks so awesome. And I don't know where I just hear like a weird pop, like a crack, and then the entire
Some of the fermenters just all the beer starts
explode.
coming out, man. And then nobody does anything.
No one did anything. We all just stood there and like you see
In shock.
You see waves of beer like coming down. It looked real scary because it was purple prickly pears.
Yeah.
So it was super dark purple, and you see all this liquid just running down our
Real
feet,
shining,
like,
man. It was terrible.
Oh, it was like a horror movie, man. Like straight
Dude, that's
up,
what-
dude.
That's one of those redefining moments that we were like, we need to.
But it's one of those finding moments, you know, that those beers you make, you kind of find yourself, you kind of grow from it.
Like you said, like it's kind of like, damn, like being a competitor, you're kind of like, hey, man, I can't mess up. Like I guess it's a perfectionist type of thing too, right? You don't want to.
Yeah, like
You always want to be perfect, and when that little scenario happens, you're like, man. But I mean, it's an experience that's fun to hear, especially like, man, especially hearing that with the Pluton House, dude. So tell us about the events, man. I know you all were talking about events. What was this like, Watermelon Fest? What tell me more about that, or Melon Fest?
I mean, it was honestly, it was an excuse to throw a badass party at this house on Pluton Street.
Yeah,
Damn, dude, I love excuses for parties, man.
Kill two birds with one stone. We wanted to get feedback on our beer.
So
Yeah,
we invite our friends.
We thought like,
friends of friends.
what's the best way to do it? Like, let's just fucking invite everyone, dude. Like literally everyone. There's a point
focus
where
group, yeah.
Exactly.
We had over 100 people like come and try out our beer, and it was cool because it was like friends of friends, and that's how like our name started getting out too. It was a lot of it was word by mouth.
Yeah.
Eventually, we made a Facebook page. You know, we started
Trying to get a little more
We
legit.
started getting some shirts and stuff, getting them out, and
Some
like
merch,
yeah, some merch. You know, some koozies and just stickers and stuff like that. And it's just a snowball that's been.
But yeah, these parties are more just kind of, or they were these events that we would have were more your friends coming over, trying the beer, we're being real with us, and
Mhm.
us just going from there. I remember the first event we had at Danny Swift's house. We had 1 keg of a strawberry cream ale, and it was done in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was the first thing that went. Like it was a cream ale that we made that we fermented with a bunch of strawberries
Oh man,
from HEB.
shout out HB.
Shout out to HEB.
We got cans now.
Face Gun Report. Nah, but it was a delicious beer, and that's actually one of like
This is the very first beer.
that actually was important to us because that's when we figured out that we were able to do like variants of different things regarding our beer, like adding
Like fruits, yeah.
coffee, chocolate, like vanilla, stuff like that. Like it just kind of just like blew our mind with us being able to move forward with a lot of recipes that we wanted to try.
Damn, dude, I'm really interested in that strawberry one because I tried the peach from Ingenious the other day. They have it over there at the craft, and it was different. Like it was like it tasted like a dessert, bro. Like I was like, yo, like this is not like because usually I like to have a beer before I eat. I don't know, kind of I think you're supposed to do it during or after. I don't know. But I kind of like
beers. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Those are good. I mean,
and then like you just and then
like that too.
yeah, so it's kind of like shit, like a strawberry. Damn, dude, that's crazy. And that's cool that you're coming up with a lot of unique stuff out there. So as far as like, I know you're talking about you all are doing it out of the house. What like are you all like taking steps to do like have your own brewery too as well out there on that side?
That's definitely the next step that we're taking. We're moving forward with opening our brick and mortar facility. Right now, the only thing that's really been holding us back is finding an actual permanent location that we can incubate and be able to move forward with opening the brewery. Mm-hmm. It's been a interesting journey.
I mean, it's kind of a thing that if you have a hobby or a passion, you should never turn into a career. And in a sense, that's kind of a thing. This at the beginning of this, This was more of like everybody getting together to brew beer and have fun and hang out. And slowly it's been becoming, our friends that have come over and are a little bit more serious and taking it as an actual, the future we're having. And that's awesome. That's nice, but it kind of makes it a little bit more serious in a sense. So you have less fun with it.
Yeah, but I think you all built a good team around you too. Like as far as like the people that are around you, like you've known them for a long time, and I think that's kind of like what I'm trying to do too on my end, like a team where you can have like you can trust each other's back. You know when they're gonna show up. You know if they're gonna show up.
Right.
Stuff like that. That's gonna take you all a long way, man.
Right.
Hey, check this out.
Can't see this.
Can you see it or no?
Yeah, I kind of can see. Oh, is that the one, the T-Rex, right?
Yeah,
T-Rex.
I'm trying to put it towards the camera, but like,
Yeah, I'll see if I can pull it up. I think
There
y'all
he is,
posted.
look.
I might have it on my Instagram, yeah.
Can you see it, little astronaut?
Dude, straight up, dude. So she also designed that one too. Your
No, that was
graphic.
our other artist that we have, Evan. That whole similar style is what they're pretty much focusing on with their comic book. So it's honestly a very beautiful thing to look at when you're reading it.
So like the brewery part, like what are the? I know there's like a lot that goes into it, right? Like especially being like in the state of Texas, like you have to like maintain everything. So what are some of the challenges like you're facing right now, like to get to that next step to make sure you get that brick and mortar?
Well, I mean, our biggest thing holding us back was the money, and we have that already. So there's really nothing else left.
That little Shark Tank.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So the next thing for us is just to find a forever home, dude. And to be honest with you, that's the thing that's been stressing us the most because we want somewhere that we're not going to be able to, we don't want to leave in 2 or 3 years and find somewhere else.
Mhm.
We want to find a home that's going to hold us for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I don't know. Who knows how long this thing can go on? Go on forever it wants to.
Yeah.
But we need to make sure that we're secured for that. And the building is really important to us because that's our skeleton. That's our backbone,
Mhm.
And we're just trying to really make sure. I mean, I know at some point we have to just pick one. We can't be too picky. We have to fix it ourselves and stuff.
No, but you're right. It has to be the right spot, man. Especially
Yeah,
like a
for
marketing perspective. Like, Brownsville. I mean, there's a lot on the highway. Like there's a lot of cool stuff, but it just really depends on what you want to do. Because even like a beer garden would be pretty cool, right? Is that kind of like what you're thinking about, a beer garden type of atmosphere?
We want to have our tap room. We want to have like an area where you can go and hang out. Play some games or something. I don't know. We've always played around with the idea of having a massive, super badass arcade.
Yeah,
like a brew cave.
Like a
I
brew
think we're on the
cave,
same
right?
wavelength, bro.
Yeah.
Like a brew cave where you it's literally a freaking brew house and an arcade in one, and it's just games everywhere, and you get to go.
Man.
You can have your flights. Maybe we'll sell some eats. Simple eats.
And the whole thing too is that as far as the beer goes, we want to just have our beer. We would have beer from 5x5, from Big River, from Brewsome. We'd have our beer from Texas beers,
all of our Valley friends,
and have a badass have our beers be the beers. But hey, there's guest stuff. You want to try something else? Have a flight you want. It'd be really craft beer centered, and not just craft beer, but Texas craft beer centered.
South Texas.
Exactly.
South Texas craft beer center. Yeah.
Pluton, we're over here, on another level. And I feel that too. I mean, I feel like sometimes like the lower valley doesn't get talked about enough, and there's so much, happening over there as far as a lot of people struggling, a lot of people trying to maintain their business. Like that's why when you see grants like this happen, it goes a long way for you all. And I'm glad it's helping out a business like you all, because that's gonna, the success that you all can do, I mean, is amazing, especially you're talking about so your variety, like it's just from fruits all the way to I think fruits is pretty much what your specialty, right? I mean, coconuts, strawberries, talking about melons.
I think so.
I think at this point, yeah,
that's we like that. It's easy to. It's not that it's easy to do, but it's
kind of like our place, our little market too. Like everybody loves those tropical flavors. Like you were talking about the melons. Yeah. Maybe there could be like a tres leches, a trechas type of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity, man. That's cool, man.
Hey, you want to call it? You want to come over and collab or what, dude?
What's up?
You want to come over and collab with us or what, dude? Come brew with us?
Yeah, bro. Whatever, man. Everybody's been asking me when you're gonna make a beer. I'm like, dang, I'm kind of open to making a beer, especially for yeah, man. I kind of been wanting to do like a thing for the RGB Strong type of thing, where where all the proceeds just go to nonprofit, kind of thing.
Sure.
But yeah, that's kind of like I've been trying to do something like that, like a pineapple type of thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we can do anything, man. Honestly, and that's the thing too, is that like all those fruits are very local. We can get stuff from here, and it just adds to the
itinerary that we already have.
The down home type thing to it.
Yeah, man, that's cool. That's awesome stuff, man. And like, yeah, dude, I'm kind of, I want to see more of y'all do some things as far as events. Just let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Especially Brownsville, man. I want to get more. Like I said, like I feel like that's kind of like doesn't get talked about enough, and there's a lot of cool stuff happening out there. And like every time I go to Brownsville, there's always something new to do. And I mean at that, like the zoo, the zoo's there too, and that's an awesome place to go and have some fun, So. But yeah, man. Anything else that you all want to, I know you said that you're on Facebook. Is there anywhere else where we can keep tabs of what y'all are doing? And
we do have Instagram and Twitter. I know that we're on those 3 platforms for sure. It's just a matter of following us. We're pretty active and consistent about what we're going to be doing and what we're up to. So any of the 3 pages that anyone follows, you'll be able to, just take a look at what we're up to at that point in time. I know we actually have 2 events coming up. One of them is a Boca Chica to Mars art gallery that we got invited to that will be on June 12th. And then I think in June 1st, we're going to be doing another event with the entity that helped us out with the 2021 startup, BCIC.
Oh,
they
cool.
Do an outing, so we're probably going to be there as well. Serving some of our beer.
Dude, that's awesome. So like so this market or the art show, it's an art show, Boca Chica art show?
Boca Chica to Mars, that's what it's called, yeah.
Boca Chica to Mars.
Yeah, being sponsored by Tesla, SpaceX, and I think and some different other entities around the city.
Dude, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah,
man.
It's pretty exciting.
It just like we're just talking about, you just kind of like that wavelength, you kind of got it right on a good spot where we're like, yeah, man. What are the plans for the next flavor, fellas? Let me know. What do we got? Are we gonna do some more strawberry? Or gonna do some melon stuff, or what's up?
Well, you know how you get to Carnegie Hall, right? You got to practice. And, we're kind of right now in a phase of practicing our base beers. So I think the next beer that we're gonna do is our base cream ale, which is our traditional ale. We might change it up a little bit. We do have we've collabed with a few people before, and
we want to do a coffee variant. There's a friend of ours named Rafael who has his own company called Spirit Fruit Coffee, and we've collaborated with him several times on making coffee beers that have come out amazing. And this is one of the beer that we want to take to one of those events on July. It's going to be one of the coffee cream ales that we're going to make.
Yeah. And then we also
we want to change it up. We want to do like a coffee canela, like vanilla cream ale.
Kind of a little bit of caramel in there, maybe boil, something like that.
Something different, just to kind of get that itch that we've been having about doing
just to have fun.
Because at the end of the day, we're brewing for business. So if there's a little opportunity for us to have fun, we're going to take it.
Yeah.
And whenever we do,
strategic.
Yeah,
absolutely,
of course. Whenever. Whenever, and it works in our favor because we make one beer into 2 beers, so it's pretty interesting to be able to mess around with it like that.
And I think we're also going to brew our Hefeweizen, which is very near dear beer to me as well. It's my favorite type of beer.
It's Joey's favorite recipe, which I love because it's a very banana and clove forward beer that it's really refreshing to drink.
And that's the one we kind of based our melon beer off of too.
Banana, another fruit, banana.
No, it's just the hints that you get.
It's the way you boil it. So it's a different method to brew the beer.
Oh, okay, dude. I need to get more in depth about that. Like, I'm hoping to get more involved with the brewing club pretty soon. Like, I went to go the Border Brewers. They're pretty cool, and I was like, I got a chance to sit with them and talk to them, just see what they're about. They're cool people, man. And I just love beer, and there's a lot of creative stuff they were doing too. Like somebody had like a salt lime type of thing going on, and then some other stuff too, man. So I'm looking forward to all these flavors that are popping up here in the valley, and I'm glad we can have you on, man. I really appreciate it. And as far as events, stuff like that, I'll be happy to, now that everything's opening up, I'm down to check those out a lot more. I used to be really involved, like going to all these events anytime I can, and
we'd love for you to come over and hang out with us whenever you want.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, I'll go to Calle Pluton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Simon Bato. But yeah, bro, appreciate it. And yeah, anything you need from us, man. Like, yeah, even like that, I want to start brewing up some stuff. Maybe we'll see.
We'll
Like
be
you
happy.
said, like you even said, I'm self-conscious too, especially when it comes
Yeah.
to like putting like stuff out there. It's kind of like, but and when you're putting out some new stuff, man, people appreciate it, they like it, and that's really what gets you more confident. And I'm glad that you all are getting that too,
You know,
especially with like the people around you, man.
we would be really happy to show you and anyone that is interested in brewing how to brew.
Yeah.
Because like how I mentioned the story at the beginning and to what Joey said, beer brings people together, and it would be a really good opportunity for us to get, other people involved, such as yourself, that are interested in it.
And I think
Yeah, man.
I think one of the lessons we've learned also as a team is, as self-conscious as you can be, people can taste passion. And we really are very, 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 very passionate about the beers we make and about the beers we're going to make. And I think people really are drawn to that. And that's what people really see. At the end of the day, if you love what you're doing and if you put in all your love to it, it's going to come out really, really good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we put into our beers at the end of the day. There's a lot of passion.
Dude, that's awesome, man. And I'm glad that like it's finally showing for it. You got that awesome opportunity with the pitch contest, and I'm glad like the city is gonna be. Looks like they're gonna be rallying behind you, eh? You're gonna be going.
They
You're gonna
definitely
be.
are. Shout out to the city of Brownsville for supporting us, because they definitely are helping us out.
Yeah, man. I'll try to go check out that event June 12th. It's gonna be a Boca Chica to Mars,
It's an art gallery, yeah,
an art gallery.
And there's another one coming up on July 1st.
On July 1st as well. So yeah, man, I'll try to keep up with that. If you have any of those watermelon, if you have another melon fest or something, man, let me know. I think the summertime would be a perfect time to do that, man.
It's trust me, we want to do it too, but
That's a melon for them, dude.
I don't know, man. We've been again. It's really tedious to juggle like the brewing and the business part together, especially when we're getting invited to do these events. We have to take our opportunity when it comes to mine. So
yeah, man, definitely. I kind of want to start. I mean, even at that, like awesome thing that I've been hearing about is like disc golf. So maybe we can do an event for that or something. We'll see.
It's funny because our head brewer is Rolly Pena. He's really heavily into disc golf. So
yeah, I think everybody in the brewing community, I think, is like disc golf. I've been hearing it around, and then I ran into one of my buddies' friends. He said he was really good at disc golf. Like he was like, yeah, man, like I play against these people, and it was really interesting to hear that that a lot of the older crowd is really getting into it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I would think it would be the opposite. I thought it was like more like people my age playing disc golf.
It's an everybody thing, man. It's like craft beer. It's for everybody. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm like, dude, if that'll be perfect, like a perfect opportunity. But we'll see, man. Maybe we could collab on some stuff and get some stuff going. Try to take it baby steps. We just started doing some esports stuff here with the Madden tournament, and yeah, that arcade sounds pretty appealing. So whatever you need from my end,
imagine playing
you got the league.
Imagine playing House of the Dead
and drinking
some Pluton beer at the same time.
Dude, for real. Like, or yeah, man, like even at that, or Battlefront, playing Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
Halo, man. We're talking about Halo.
we have these crazy ideas, man. We can't wait to bring them to life.
Bro.
We're really grateful with all the support, including yourself, that we've gotten, and we can't say that honestly things are going well for us, and it's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, man, I recommend the hell out of this beer. It's gonna be Space Gunner Porter. So when do you feel maybe you're gonna try to do these like every couple months? What's that?
So I'm in talks with George. We're planning on making a bigger batch of it. So these batches that we've been making, the first batch was just a barrel batch. This one was a double. I think it was a double barrel. But George is we're interested in doing a 5-barrel batch. Like
it's honestly right now, like if it's gonna be in the next month or two, it's really dependent on what 5x5 does, where we're kind of they're allowing us to go and help with them.
Yeah.
So as far as like smaller stuff though, we'll have stuff here.
Yeah.
That we can fit in our fridges.
That we'll be putting in our events and stuff that we're gonna be participating with the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, man. Well, let me know, and I'm down to go check it out. I'll try to go check out the one out there, the art show. If is it open to the public?
It's a ticket.
I'm over here. I'm over here inviting myself. And shit.
Cool, everybody
I'm
show
gonna
up.
fucking go. I don't care. I'm fucking going over there. I don't give a fuck.
Well, if you're there, they can't take you away.
They're like, oh shit.
The June 12th event is a ticketed event. I think tickets go until like this coming Monday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, keep an eye on that on Monday.
And
So
the
on
July
Monday-
1st event is free. Like they told me I can invite anybody I want. So you're more than welcome to come.
All right, so the July 1st for sure. I'll mark it on the calendar.
For sure.
Are you? I forgot to even ask. Like, do you all do? I know there's a Charo Fest, right? Something like that. Do you all?
Yeah, there's a child space out here. But
Yeah,
it's
it's been postponed for the past year due to the whole COVID thing. So I think next year when it does happen, we'd definitely be interested in participating.
All right, there we go. Yeah, no, I just wanted to see where that was. I know that was like one of the big things in Brownsville that a lot of people go to and a lot of people support. So, but yeah, man, I'm down for whatever. We'll see what's up. Maybe we can head over there July 1st and see what's up. But appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for joining in again. And
Thank you so much for having us.
anything else before we go? Anything else you want to, give some love? I know you really showed some love to Brownsville. Anybody else? Family, friends?
Shout out to all the breweries in the valley for doing their thing and keeping at it. From Padre to McAllen, Mission, you name it. Everyone involved, everybody. It's amazing what the craft beer scene has been evolving to these past couple of years, and
Dude, for
we're just
real, man.
really grateful to be a part of it as well.
Dude,
Everyone
for real,
that we've interacted with, whether it's Big River or Blue Onion or South Padre or anyone that we've interacted with has been really awesome and welcoming, and it's been nice to see that, and it's been nice to be able to be a part of that and to show that to others.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm glad. Yeah, the community is growing fast. Like I just remember, like five years ago, I was hanging out at Rabble Rouser and is it Rabble Rouser? And dude, it was like really crazy how the community was like, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna be big. So I'm glad you all are hustling out there and representing, and hopefully, we get a lot of people from Dallas and Colorado listening. So they're gonna start showing. Hopefully, they start showing some love down here. Start seeing what we're about here in South Texas, man. But appreciate y'all, man, so much. Daniel, Joey, thank you so much.
Thank you
Pluton
so much.
Brewing. Yes, sir. Anytime.